Taehyung didn't expect Jin to experience this. Jungkook cried, "What really happened?" Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before we dive into today's story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on the world of BTS. Trust me, what you're about to hear today will keep you glued to the very end. Now, let me start with a question. What happens when one of the strongest members of BTS, someone who has always carried laughter and energy on his shoulders, suddenly faces something so unexpected that even Taehyung was left speechless, and Jungkook couldn't hold back his tears? This is not just another behind-the-scenes story. This is about Jin, yes, worldwide handsome Jin, facing an experience that shook the group to its core, leaving ARMY across the globe anxious, emotional, and searching for answers. It all began in Los Angeles, the city of angels, where bright lights and music drown out silence. BTS had been preparing for one of their most anticipated moments, a performance that was meant to remind the world of their unity even as military service loomed over some members. Fans expected laughter, selfies, and cheerful V-lives. But instead, whispers spread like wildfire. Something had happened to Jin. Something Taehyung himself confessed he never expected to witness. And the moment Jungkook realized it, he broke down in tears. The night before their schedule, Jin wasn't his usual self. Known for his playful jokes, lighthearted demeanor, and ability to diffuse any tension in the group, Jin seemed unusually quiet. Observers noticed the way his eyes carried a weight, like someone silently battling a storm within. ARMY might remember Jin had suffered shoulder pain in the past, and he has always spoken about the toll years of intense performances have taken on his body. But this wasn't just about physical pain, it was something deeper, something that touched the very core of his being. Taehyung, who has always had one of the strongest bonds with Jin, later admitted in a candid moment that he didn't expect Jin to go through what he saw that night. Imagine a man who has always been the big brother figure, the protector, the caretaker, suddenly appearing fragile. The tables had turned. The one who often comforted others now needed comfort himself. Taehyung revealed it quietly, almost as though speaking about it too loudly might break him all over again. And then, there was Jungkook. For ARMY, Jungkook has always been known as the golden magne, someone who carries an almost superhuman strength on stage, but beneath that, he is still the youngest, the one who grew up under the wings of his hyungs. To see Jin like that, vulnerable, struggling in a way he couldn't hide anymore, it was too much. Witnesses described Jungkook with tears streaming down his face, unable to hold back the emotions he had been keeping locked away. But what really happened to Jin? That's the question everyone is asking. Was it exhaustion? Was it a health condition that had gone unnoticed for too long? Or was it something far more personal, hidden behind the smiles he always gave the camera? To understand this, we need to rewind. Jin has always been known as BTS's mood maker, but ARMY knows his journey has been anything but easy. He joined the group as someone who was often underestimated for his lack of dancing experience. Yet, through grit, perseverance, and relentless hard work, he became not only a skilled performer but also a reliable emotional pillar for the team. He's endured criticism, carried expectations, and even during his mandatory military enlistment, he's shown nothing but strength. But even the strongest people have moments where the mask slips. Los Angeles became the place where that mask broke. Sources close to the group hinted that Jin had been hiding discomfort for weeks. He pushed through rehearsals, smiled during fan interactions, and kept the illusion alive. But behind the scenes, his body was telling a different story. Taehyung, who had shared countless laughs with Jin, was stunned to see his hyung finally reach a breaking point. And that's why he said he never expected this. Because if Jin, the man who never complained, the man who always carried others, could experience such fragility, then everything they thought they knew about their hyung was suddenly shaken. Jungkook, on the other hand, has always had a unique connection with Jin. Remember, Jin was one of the first members to really look after him when he joined BTS as a teenager. He's cooked meals for him, guided him, and even teased him like a real older brother would. So when Jungkook saw Jin struggling, it was like watching the foundation of his own world crack. The tears weren't just about worry, they were about helplessness. How do you comfort someone who has always been your comfort? And yet, ARMY knows something important. BTS has always been about unity. The moment one member falls, the others are there to lift him up. That night, as Jin faced what no one expected, Taehyung stayed close, offering silent support, while Jungkook let his emotions flow freely. It became a moment of raw humanity, one that reminded everyone watching that even global superstars are not immune to pain, fear, or vulnerability. But here's the haunting part: what exactly did Jin experience? Why did it shake Taehyung so deeply? And why did Jungkook cry with such intensity? Was it a medical emergency? Was it the emotional toll of being away from home and burdened with responsibilities? Or was it something that had been building up for years, finally reaching its breaking point in Los Angeles? The truth, as always with BTS, is layered. And as more details came out, ARMY realized this wasn't just about one night or one moment. It was about everything Jin had carried quietly for so long. And it raises an even bigger question: how much do we really know about the struggles our idols face behind the spotlight? The answer might shock you. Because what Taehyung revealed next pulled the curtain back on a side of Jin ARMY had never fully seen before. Taehyung's revelation didn't come in a loud statement. It wasn't some grand announcement at a press conference. It was quiet, almost whispered, like he was confessing something too heavy to carry alone. He admitted that Jin had been experiencing moments of extreme emotional strain, moments where the pressure of being the oldest member, the one expected to hold it together, became unbearable. So now I leave you with a question. When we look at our idols, do we truly see them for who they are? Or do we only see the mask they wear for us? Jin's moment in Los Angeles forces us to confront that reality, and to embrace it. Because the beauty of BTS has never been their perfection. It has always been their humanity. And maybe, just maybe, that's why their story will be remembered long after the music fades. Thank you for watching, and if this story moved you, make sure to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Jin's vulnerability, Taehyung's confession, and Jungkook's tears? Let's keep this conversation alive, because sometimes, the most powerful moments aren't found in the spotlight, but in the shadows behind it.